Welcome to this guide on mastering the lean systems approach, where we delve into the core principles and strategies essential for navigating this powerful process. The lean systems approach is a strategic framework developed to enable the proactive transformation of societal systems. The method is designed to be robust by prioritizing rapid iteration and continual learning and enhancement. This approach enables you to actively manage risks, tackle uncertainties, mitigate unintended consequences, and optimize the attainment of desired societal goals. Building upon the foundational knowledge presented in the preceding video titled Lean Systems Approach, a brief outline, we provide an in-depth exploration of each of the 6 stages within the Lean Systems framework. We begin this video by recapping the structure of the Lean Systems approach. From there, we delve into the principles underpinning each of the 6 stages, equipping you with a deeper understanding of the strategies crucial for success. Let's commence this transformative voyage together by revisiting the framework of the Lean Systems approach. Let's recap the structure of the Lean Systems approach. This method has been designed to be iterative in its nature, allowing for continual refinement and improvement. Each iteration has 6 distinct stages. 1. Identifying the societal need. 2. Developing the theory of change. 3. Running the minimum viable system. 4. Measuring the KPIs and the process maturity. 5. Learning from the evidence. And 6. Adapting and improving the understanding and implementation of the system. An important principle that is crucial to understand is that this iterative process explicitly involves refining the 3 core elements of societal need, theory of change, and minimum viable system with each iteration. This means that in the first iteration, these elements do not need to be perfect, they simply need to be sufficient to kickstart the learning process. This approach prevents getting stuck in analysis paralysis, a common issue at the beginning of large projects. By embracing this mindset, rapid development becomes feasible early on and will ultimately lead to superior outcomes. In the rest of this video, we'll delve into the foundational principles that form the bedrock of each of the 6 stages in the Lean Systems approach. Stage 1. Identification of the societal need. The first stage in the Lean Systems approach is to identify the societal need for which the new system is being developed. There are 5 principles that are worth considering when identifying the societal need. Principle 1. Inclusivity of key actors. Actively involve representatives from all key stakeholders, including marginalized communities, in the decision-making process to identify and clarify the societal need. Their perspectives are invaluable in ensuring that the new system addresses the diverse needs of the entire population. The gathering of input from multiple key actors fosters inclusivity and helps build a consensus about the desirable outcomes of the new system. Principle 2. Build trust. Establishing a common understanding of the societal need is crucial for building trust and legitimacy among stakeholders. Transparency in communication and a shared vision help create a sense of unity and purpose. Recognize and openly acknowledge that challenges and missteps are inevitable during the development and implementation of the new system. Emphasize the importance of learning from these setbacks to improve the overall process. Principle 3. Articulate the societal need. Begin by clearly defining the societal need that the new system is intended to address. This involves a thorough examination and understanding of the challenges or gaps in the current system that necessitate change. Importantly, work towards gaining consensus on the description of the societal need. This approach creates a shared understanding that lays the foundation for effective collaboration and problem solving. Principle 4. Comprehensive description. Beyond addressing new attributes, consider the positive aspects of the existing system that should be retained. This approach ensures that the outcome is not only innovative but also grounded in the strengths of the current system. Strive for a well-rounded outcome that takes into account both the improvements needed and the elements that are already working effectively in the existing system. Principle 5. Preparing the pathway. foster collaboration and understanding among all stakeholders involved in the process of developing the societal need. This collaborative approach ensures that the diverse perspectives are surfaced, considered, and understood by all stakeholders. This insight enables better system-wide responses to the inevitable challenges. Remember to keep the articulated societal need at the forefront of decision-making to guide the development of the new system. This ensures alignment with the agreed-upon goals and increases the likelihood of achieving the desired outcomes in the face of challenges. Stage 2. Developing the theory of change. The theory of change is a model that describes the intended transition of a system to deliver the societal need, using a synthesis of elements, from specific interventions to stakeholder dynamics and systemic feedback loops. It is a comprehensive framework for describing, understanding, and planning initiatives, fostering a strategic and holistic understanding of the intended social and organizational change. It elucidates the proposed logical sequence of events, leading to a desired outcome within a given system. Let's delve into 5 important principles that enable the creation of a useful theory of change. Principle 1. Identification of interventions. The primary purpose in developing a theory of change is to clearly articulate the perceived interventions required to bring about the desired transformation. It also explains the hypothesis of why these interventions should be effective. The interventions are the specific actions or activities that will be undertaken to influence the system. They can include policy changes, educational programs, community initiatives, or any other targeted efforts. By defining these interventions, the theory of change provides the core elements of the roadmap for the activities that will contribute to the envisioned transformation. Principle 2. Understanding the impact on stakeholders. A theory of change identifies the stakeholders who will be affected by the interventions and who in turn will go on to further influence the system. This process involves identifying the target beneficiaries, understanding their perspectives and societal needs, and articulating why the proposed interventions will meet these. By mapping out the connections, the theory of change helps ensure that the planned actions resonate with the needs of the society and the individuals involved, enhancing the effectiveness of the intervention. Principle 3. Pathways of change through the system. The theory of change maps out the pathways through which change is expected to occur within the system. It articulates the cause and effect relationships between the interventions and the desired outcomes. Applying this principle is crucial for communicating the sequence of events that lead from the initial actions to the ultimate goal. By delineating these pathways, the theory of change provides a comprehensive understanding of how different elements within the system interact and contribute to the anticipated change. Principle 4. Identification of complexity and uncertainty. Acknowledging the complexity and uncertainty inherent in social systems is a fundamental aspect to this approach to the development of the theory of change. This principle reinforces the need for a realistic assessment of the potential challenges and the unexpected variables that may influence the success of the proposed interventions. These uncertainties should be clearly identified as they become the focus in the next stage of the Lean Systems methodology. Principle 5. Impact on feedback loops and sustainability. A distinguishing feature of this approach to the theory of change is the consideration of feedback loops within the system, cycles of interaction and influence within the system. It should assess how the interventions may impact existing feedback loops, and also consider how new beneficial feedback loops can be created. An important aspect is the need to address the long-term sustainability. That is, how will the altered system continue to function after the initial interventions have ended? This can be achieved by encouraging good, reinforcing and balancing loops as part of the interventions. The MAST framework was specifically developed to identify the feedback loops when developing a useful theory of change. This principle encourages a forward-looking perspective that ensures that efforts are not only effective in the short term, but also contribute to lasting, positive transformation. It is important to acknowledge that a theory of change is only a model. Like all models, it is wrong. However, a well-crafted theory of change is useful for the design of a proto-system, especially one that explores the spaces of greatest uncertainty. Furthermore, as more iterations are undertaken and more evidence is gathered and understood, the theory of change will improve. Stage 3. The development and deployment of the minimum viable system. The concept of a minimum viable system, hereafter abbreviated as MVS, represents a pivotal idea in the developmental journey of a system. The MVS is a functioning prototype that embodies the essence of the desired system. It serves as a dynamic tool for testing the hypotheses formulated in the theory of change and navigating the uncharted territories of system dynamics. Let's examine 5 principles that underpin the creation and utility of an MVS. Principle 1. Facilitating realistic interventions. The MVS is not merely a theoretical construct, it is a tangible entity that allows for realistic interventions in the real world, albeit at a managed scale and complexity. By implementing the MVS, practitioners can gauge how the proto-system responds in the real world to interventions, providing invaluable insights into the feasibility and effectiveness of the proposed changes. This hands-on approach bridges the gap between theory and practice, fostering a deeper understanding of the system's dynamics. Principle 2. Managing uncertainty and growing complexity. The MVS operates as a testing ground where uncertainty is not just acknowledged, but actively managed. As the system evolves, complexity naturally increases. However, the MVS is designed to reveal the uncertainty and the unexpected unknown unknowns. The lean system's latter stages are there to adapt to these revelations, thus enabling the growth in complexity but ensuring that the evolving proto-system remains effective. This principle emphasizes the importance of a measured approach to system development, allowing for a gradual increase in complexity, whilst mitigating the risks associated with uncertainty. Principle 3. Start small and focus on essential aspects. The MVS philosophy advocates for a small focused start, addressing the essential aspects of the system first. By beginning with a minimum number of actors, responsibilities, simple procedures, and a limited time of operation, practitioners can rapidly identify unexpected outcomes and their root causes. This approach systematically builds a foundation that is robust and well understood. At the early stages of the iterative process, several small and isolated MVSs may be run, each testing an aspect of the hypothesis. This approach ensures that the core functionalities are tested and validated before expanding the complexity and the scope. Principle 4. Iterative development, balancing risk and exploration. Iteration is at the core of the lean system's development. The size and scale of each instantiation of the MVS strikes a delicate balance, small enough to ensure that there is sufficient resource to manage unexpected and potentially detrimental outcomes, yet substantial enough to reveal uncertainties and behaviors that would manifest in the final system. Principle 5. Building in measurement and recording for learning. Integral to the MVS is the incorporation of measurement and recording mechanisms. This proactive approach ensures that data is systematically gathered throughout the development process. By embedding these elements, practitioners create a rich dataset that not only validates the effectiveness of interventions but also serves as a valuable resource for continuous learning and improvement later in the lean systems process. Measurement approaches are developed in the next step of the lean systems approach. The minimum viable system is a laboratory, grounded in the messiness of the real world, that enables the testing of the hypothesis and of deep learning. Over many iterations, the MVS should scale and bring to life a new system that effectively delivers the desired societal outcome. Stage 4. Measurement of KPIs, process maturity and unexpected outcomes. In the lean systems approach, the collection of required evidence is a pivotal step. It hinges on gathering pertinent data from the MVS to validate or refine the hypotheses laid out in the theory of change. Here, we explore 4 guiding principles for effective information gathering, encompassing key performance indicators, abbreviated as KPI, process maturity, and unexpected outcomes. Principle 1. Leading KPIs, measuring intervention activity. Leading KPIs reflect the heartbeat of the interventions, providing insights into the activities suggested by the theory of change as implemented in the MVS. These could include metrics such as the number of stakeholder meetings, the number of people involved, or the frequency and timing of each process execution. If deviations from the expected activity occur, it's useful to record concise descriptions of what happened and any ideas of the underlying reasons. The proactive monitoring ensures that the execution aligns with the envisaged interventions. Principle 2. Process maturity, evaluating interface effectiveness. Process maturity acts as a crucial lens through which the effectiveness of interfaces between actors is assessed. Exemplar processes include scheduling, reconciliation, and payments. Using a scale, practitioners can gauge the sophistication and efficiency of each process within the system. A typical scale is 1. An indicative process, 2. A manual process, 3. A partially automated process, and 4. A fully automated process. Augmenting this scale with a brief narrative provides a nuanced understanding of the efficacy or challenges associated with each process. This information becomes a valuable guide for refining and optimizing processes as the system evolves. Principle 3. Lagging KPIs, indicators of effective translation. The theory of change outlines a pathway from interventions to outcomes, and lagging KPIs serve as indicators along this journey. Examples may include the number of customers, the perceived value of the emerging market, or the number of buildings refurbished. These metrics highlight critical factors that signify the effectiveness of translating interventions into tangible results. By recording these lagging KPIs, practitioners gather evidence that either supports or challenges the hypothesis. Narratives accompanying unexpected outcomes provide additional context, enabling a comprehensive understanding of the impact of interventions on the desired outcomes. Principle 4. Unexpected outcomes, unearthing unknown unknowns. The lean systems approach acknowledges the inevitability of encountering challenges, failures, and outcomes that were not initially considered in the theory of change. Examples of possible unexpected outcomes include a new edge use case, the saturation of the market, or the failure of actors to collaborate. These unexpected outcomes hold invaluable insights and are regarded as the gold dust of the approach. Keeping sufficient records of what transpired and any evidence explaining these occurrences will contribute to a deeper understanding of the system's dynamics. This information becomes a foundation for adaptive learning, guiding future iterations of the MVS and influencing strategic decision-making. The lean systems approach relies on a systematic and comprehensive approach to data collection. Applying these 4 guiding principles transforms the MVS into a dynamic learning platform. By integrating measurement, KPIs, and process evaluations, practitioners not only provide evidence to validate hypotheses, but also to fine-tune interventions and processes. This ensures a resilient and adaptive system that aligns with the envisioned outcomes outlined in the theory of change. Stage 5. Learning, gaining insights from the MVS. Embarking on a learning journey within the context of the lean systems approach involves a series of strategic principles, each designed to extract valuable insights and address inherent complexities. Let's explore these in detail. Principle 1. Gather relevant actors, a multi-perspective approach. The information gathered from the MVS should be analyzed with the actors who participated in the MVS. A competent facilitator draws insights of each of the participants to ensure a balanced and broad view of the analysis and learning of the outcomes of the MVS. The multi-perspective lens ensures a comprehensive understanding, allowing for the inclusion of nuanced viewpoints of actors that might influence or be impacted by the system in question. Principle 2. Examine evidence through the lens of the theory of change, a deeper analysis. With the actors in place, the examination of evidence unfolds through the lens of the theory of change. This involves a critical analysis of how the theory of change has translated into reality. Start by identifying the successful elements that worked as expected and contributed to the system's intended outcome. The exploration extends to understanding what does not work and why. Special attention is given to the examination and analysis of unexpected outcomes, as this evidence challenges initial assumptions. Principle 3. List and categorize insights and issues, a taxonomy of understanding. The synthesis of gathered information leads to the categorization of insights and issues into three key dimensions: procedural, systemic, and fundamental. Procedural insights revolve around the operational aspects, identifying improvements or challenges in the processes of the MVS. Systemic insights delve into the broader interactions and dependencies within the system and challenge the model portrayed in the theory of change. Fundamental insights address the core principles and assumptions that underpin the system's design, including the framing of the societal need. Principle 4. What would it take? Navigating change with pragmatism. In this principle, we embark on a pragmatic exploration of potential changes, guided by the identified insights and issues. Three key questions help to steer this exploration. Question 1. What are the options for changes to procedures? This entails a consideration of feasible modifications to existing processes, evaluating who is involved. Can these actors access the required information, and do they possess the required agency to perform the new procedures? Question 2. How is the system not working to deliver? Unraveling the intricacies of system dysfunction involves identifying insights: whether the information flows are good enough, is the agency placed with the wrong actor, is there missing agency, and are there unexpected and unwanted feedback loops? Question 3. Is the right need being delivered? This question prompts a reflection on the alignment between the system's output and the actual needs, encouraging a reconsideration of how those needs are framed. This learning activity not only facilitates a deeper understanding of the system's dynamics, but also provides actionable insights for refining interventions and steering the system toward its intended outcomes. Adapting the minimum viable system. Navigating the complexities of altering the system dynamics requires a strategic toolkit of levers for effecting change in the minimum viable system. Each lever is a unique instrument to modify and optimize the system's performance to deliver the societal need. It is important to note that each change can bring benefits, but it usually has a cost in terms of resources. Let's explore three important levers in detail. Lever 1. Information and incentives, shaping the flow of knowledge. Incentives are an important and potent form of flow of information because the information is associated with a direct reward. In the following, information and incentive can be used interchangeably. This lever can be used to minimize the occurrence and impact of bounded rationality that blights many systems. There are 4 information-focused mechanisms for altering the MVS. A. Change pathways of information flow. Altering the routes through which information travels within the system can be a potent lever. Redirecting information pathways can enhance efficiency and ensure that relevant data reaches the right actors in a timely manner. B. Adding or removing new pathways of information flow. The introduction or removal of information pathways can reshape the communication landscape, influencing the speed and accuracy of information exchange. C. Change the quality of information. Elevating the quality of information by refining data sources, ensuring accuracy, and promoting transparency can enhance the reliability and effectiveness of decision-making of actors. D. Add new sources of information. Introducing fresh perspectives and data sources contributes to a more comprehensive understanding, enriching the information pool available to actors within the minimum viable system. Lever 2. Agency, nudging processes and interfaces. The emphasis lies on improving processes and optimizing the interfaces between actors. There are 3 mechanisms focused on improving the combined agency of multiple actors. A. Change inputs and outputs of the interface processes. By modifying the inputs and outputs of interface processes, practitioners can recalibrate the dynamics between actors, influencing the flow and impact of information and actions. B. Improve the maturity of processes. enhancing the maturity of processes, moving from indicative to manual to fully automated, augments efficiency and effectiveness, reducing friction and potential errors. C. Create and/or remove processes. The creation or removal of processes allows for the adaptation of the system's structure to better align with the evolving system requirements to meet the societal need. Lever 3. Actors, the human element in system dynamics. Actors are a crucial element of any MVS and can have the most impact. There are 4 actor-focused methods. A. Increase the number of actors who have the same role. Expanding the pool of actors with similar responsibilities can distribute the workload and amplify the collective impact, fostering diversity, competition, collaboration and resilience. B. Change roles and responsibilities of actors. Modifying the roles and responsibilities of actors can optimize the allocation of tasks, ensuring that each actor contributes effectively to the system's objectives. C. Change the risk profile of actors. Adjusting the risk profile of actors involves recalibrating their responsibilities to match their tolerance and capacity for specific risks that emerge. Ensure that the actor or actors most capable of mitigating a risk is responsible for managing that risk. D. Add or remove actors. The strategic addition or removal of actors is a powerful lever that reshapes the social dynamics within the system, influencing collaboration, communication, and overall effectiveness. Be aware that the application of this lever introduces significant uncertainty, especially to the dynamics of the existing system. The risk of introducing a new actor can be partially mitigated by onboarding the actor, to align them with the objective of the delivery of the societal need, and to inform them of the strategic focus of the other actors. These 3 levers provide a nuanced and versatile toolkit for practitioners seeking to bring about change in the minimum viable system. Each lever represents a unique avenue for influence, and the skillful combination of these levers facilitates a dynamic and adaptive approach to system development. By strategically employing these levers, individuals can iterate on the system, refining and optimizing its components to align with the intended outcomes outlined in the theory of change. Stage 6. B. Improving the theory of change. Improving the theory of change is a dynamic process that requires thoughtful analysis and refinement. As clarity emerges regarding the correctness or deficiencies of the theory of change, it is important to keep updating it. Here's a structured approach to enhance the theory of change. Each of the 5 key principles used in its development raises issues that guide the refinement of the theory of change. Principle 1. Uncertainty and complexity. Navigating the unknowns. A. Update the theory of change to account for, or mitigate, the implications of unexpected outcomes and previously unknown unknowns. B. Explore whether complexity can be simplified with deeper insights to ensure a clearer understanding of the system's dynamics. Principle 2. Impacts on stakeholders. Aligning effects. A. Assess whether the right stakeholders are being impacted in the intended manner. B. Identify any unintended side effects and delve into the reasons behind their occurrence. This examination ensures that stakeholders are appropriately considered and their needs addressed within the theory of change. Principle 3. Feedback and sustainability. Fostering resilience. A. Evaluate whether the identified feedback loops operate as anticipated. Consider whether they can be better described and whether new feedback loops are emerging. B. Determine the measures needed to embed desired systemic effects to ensure the long-term operation of the system. Consider if feedback loops can be improved to enhance sustainability and resilience. Principle 4. Interventions. Optimizing actions. A. Reflect on whether interventions can be enhanced or if new interventions are necessary. B. Identify any redundant interventions and streamline the intervention strategy to ensure effectiveness and efficiency. Principle 5. Pathways to change. Mapping routes to outcomes. A. Review the cause and effect relationships between interventions and desired outcomes. Determine if these relationships need refinement or rethinking. B. Are the outcomes of the interventions aligning with the intended goals of the system? Once the updated theory of change is formulated, it should be shared with all key actors involved in the system. This ensures that stakeholders internalize the impacts on them and fosters alignment and buy-in across the board. Revisit the minimum viable system to realign system components and linkages with the improved theory of change. Stage 6, C. Understanding the societal need. As one progresses through the iterations of the lean systems approach, the understanding of the societal need evolves. An essential step in this journey is the requirement for a reflective evaluation to ensure the alignment between the identified societal need and reality. This introspective phase is critical and must be grounded in evidence that substantiates the understanding of the situation. There are 4 possible outcomes of this evaluation. Outcome 1. Keep the societal need as is. A. Rationale. The evidence affirms that the articulated societal need accurately reflects the insights gained from the lean systems approach. B. Action. Maintain the existing description of the societal need, affirming its alignment with the system's objectives. Outcome 2. Refine the description of the societal need. A. Rationale. Insights from the process indicate that while the current description is generally correct, it could be enhanced for greater clarity and precision. B. Action. Undertake refinements to the description of the societal need, incorporating newfound insights to improve its articulation. Outcome 3. Pivot to a new societal need. A. Rationale. Learning evidence suggests that the current description of the societal need is not accurate. A reframing may involve zooming out for a broader perspective, zooming in for a more targeted focus, or recognizing a completely different need being met. B. Action. Initiate a pivot by redefining the societal need to better align with the value being created. This may involve substantial adjustments to the theory of change. Outcome 4. Abandon. A. Rationale. After several iterations, evidence indicates that the societal need is significantly less important than anticipated, or that the proposed approach is ineffective or has detrimental outcomes. B. Action. Make the challenging decision to abandon the continuation of the current lean system's instantiation. Develop a remediation plan to address any harm caused by this decision. Regardless of the outcome, transparent communication to all stakeholders is imperative. If the decision is to refine or pivot, the theory of change must be revisited and adapted to align with the new description of the societal need. This ensures that the entire system, including interventions and pathways to change, is in harmony with the refined understanding of the overarching societal need. Thank you for investing your time in watching this video on the lean systems approach. We trust that the insights shared have been valuable, offering a clearer understanding of the principles and strategies that drive this transformative approach to system development. For those keen to deepen their knowledge of lean systems and explore its applications further, we invite you to explore our website at epg.eng.ox.ac.uk/systems. Thank you once again for your interest in lean systems. We look forward to supporting you on your path towards unlocking new possibilities and driving impactful change within your organization.